Today we got our first look at the PlayStation VR2 headset, and I must say it looks a lot more sleek than I expected. And here it is, guys, right here, the PlayStation VR2 headset. I mean, what is there not to love about this thing? It's slimmer, it's lighter, and the best thing about it is the fact that it's only going to be using one cable. The reveal was made this morning on the PlayStation blog, complete with fanfare and hype. From the jump, the first thing that you'll notice is the PlayStation VR2 headset, and it does have a similar shape as the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller, complete with the matching orb look. Hideki Nishino, the Senior Vice President of Platform Experience, says that the circular orb shape represents the 360-degree view that players will feel when they enter the virtual reality world, so this shape captures it nicely. And with this new design, PlayStation VR2 is also able to have new features with this headset as well, including a new lens adjustment dial so players can alter the lens distance between their eyes and the headset. This will really help players out, of course, whenever they're playing and helping them adjust the focal length, in addition being able to focus on the subject at hand. And not only that, of course, PlayStation previously announced an eye tracking feature with this headset as well, which will include eye tracking cameras to follow your line of sight when aiming or looking around within the game space. These types of techniques and enhancements will improve your visual experience by also adjusting resolutions to pinpoint and enhance whatever you're focusing on within the game. The headset also has a ventilation system as well, which is kind of odd, but when you think about it, it's actually a really brilliant idea. Now, the senior art director that worked on the design for the PlayStation VR2 headset said that our engineers came up with this idea as a good way to allow ventilation and avoid having the lens fog up while players are immersed in their VR games. I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm playing PlayStation VR games, the last thing I want to see is my lens fog up while I'm trying to take out the enemy and have a difficult time seeing exactly what I'm trying to target. With this type of ventilation system, this will completely prevent that from happening and allow the player to focus on whatever they're doing within the game. Now, of course, this PlayStation VR headset will support 4K resolution, high dynamic range, already talked about the camera eye tracking, and the PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers, which will be similar to the PlayStation 5 DualSense controller. And one thing that I wanted to note when it comes to the PlayStation VR2 Sense controller is the fact that if you've noticed here in the pictures and the images, these controllers are indeed white. Whenever the Sense controllers were initially revealed, you may recall that they were black. Now, it very well may be the fact that the PlayStation VR2 Sense controllers that were first revealed to us were an early design or part of a dev kit. They may not have been the final design that we see here. Or if you're like me and you like to get your hopes up, there may be a different color variant on the way for these controllers. As we know, the PlayStation 5 comes in white as the standard color, so it only makes sense to have white VR2 Sense controllers as well, in addition to the headset to complement that. But could we expect to see an additional colorway of black on the way for this as well? Only time will tell. I've got my fingers crossed. Shinobi on Twitter said it best when it comes to a colorway, quoting Bruce Wayne, "Does it come in black?" Now, you might be sitting here watching this video asking yourself, should I really get into PlayStation VR? Should I get into the virtual reality world when it comes to video games? How good is this technology? My personal opinion, I think this would be a perfect time to check out what VR has to offer. The fact that this headset is going to include eye tracking, to me, that's a game changer in itself. With this kind of technology, being able to track where your eye movement is within the headset, for me personally, this is something that I've never seen before, and I also think that it's something that will make the PlayStation VR2 stand out from its competition. And when it comes to technology, the PlayStation VR2 is cutting edge. The blog wraps up saying that the PlayStation VR2 will take a giant leap forward in the way we play games in virtual reality. And this dives into some of the technicalities that I talked about during a live stream for the PlayStation VR2 when it comes to features like visual fidelity, headset-based controller tracking, new sensory features, eye tracking that I've already talked about, an OLED display that's going to have a high panel resolution for each eye, and a refresh rate of up to 120 Hz. This is a stunning leap forward in visual fidelity in 4K HDR and state-of-the-art graphical rendering, enhanced tracking such as inside-out camera tracking, and new PlayStation VR Sense technology features like headset feedback and the new intuitive PlayStation VR2 Sense controller, which will create an incredibly deep feeling of immersion. So when you ask yourself if PlayStation VR2 is right for me, I think now is the perfect time to witness this state-of-the-art technology. But we all know when it comes to these types of devices, it's the games that actually drive the sales. And while we don't have a general idea of which games to expect with the PlayStation VR2, we do have a pretty good idea of what road Sony wants to take for PlayStation VR2's experience. As we already know, Guerrilla Games recently released Horizon Forbidden West exclusively on the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Additionally, Guerrilla also announced Horizon VR Call of the Mountain, which will also take place in the same universe as Horizon Forbidden West. This is a great sign that I believe Sony is going to be looking to utilize PlayStation Studios' first-party titles for VR games and experiences. Could we expect to see a PlayStation VR Gran Turismo 7? I wouldn't put it past them. Or how about a fresh VR experience from Naughty Dog within the Uncharted universe? Or even more, The Last of Us. You see what I mean? There's plenty of opportunities here for these PlayStation Studios to take advantage of the PlayStation VR2's hardware, and PlayStation has already said that these developers have their hands on dev kits for PlayStation VR2 right now. So these games are being developed right now and we don't even know about it. There's plenty to come for PlayStation VR2, and my hope is that a lot of these games that are going to be developed aren't just experiences, but instead are full-length AAA games that we can experience within virtual reality. Now our last question is, when can we get our hands on a PlayStation VR2? Well, unfortunately, Sony did not reveal a release date for the PlayStation VR2 along with a price either, and perhaps they're saving this for what I think is a special PlayStation State of Play, focusing specifically on the PlayStation VR2. Maybe not the next PlayStation State of Play, but within the next few months, I think that we can expect to see a PlayStation State of Play focusing solely on PlayStation VR2, upcoming games for it, as well as a release date and price. And whenever that announcement comes from PlayStation, you can be sure that the weekly wrap-up will be covering everything PlayStation VR2. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and like this video to get the word out on the latest and greatest within the VR realm of PlayStation. Until then, I'm A to the P. Albert Perkins, and we will see you in the next one. Until then, and as always, peace!